What began as a flood emergency has now turned into something straight out of a disaster movie. Southern China is battling rising waters, but the flood isn't the only thing people fear anymore. Hundreds of snakes are now on the loose. The chaos unfolded in Hangzhou, in China's Guangxi region, after Typhoon Maysak dumped days of relentless rain. Rivers swelled, reservoirs overflowed, and one embankment finally gave way. The floodwaters smashed through a snake-breeding farm, releasing between 800 and 900 snakes into the surrounding villages. Now imagine this. The flood doesn't just carry mud and debris, it carries live snakes. They drift through streets, hide in floating garbage, slip into ditches, and disappear into thick vegetation. That's exactly the nightmare residents woke up to. Authorities say most of the escaped snakes are non-venomous water snakes. But in a flood, nobody stops to identify the species before taking the next step. One villager has already suffered a snake bite and needed emergency treatment. That alone was enough to trigger a massive response. Local villagers quickly formed volunteer snake catching teams, armed with fishing nets and years of practical experience. They began searching flooded neighborhoods, one snake at a time. Officials also issued a clear warning: if you don't know how to handle snakes, stay away. This is not the moment to play hero. Hospitals moved just as fast. Antivenom supplies increased. Medical specialists arrived from nearby regions. Temporary treatment centers opened across flood-hit areas. Authorities even activated a fast-track system so snakebite victims received treatment without delay. Public warnings now echo through village loudspeakers, WeChat groups, and door-to-door visits. People are told to avoid floodwater, overgrown bushes, and piles of floating debris because that's where snakes often take shelter. Residents who must step outside wear rain boots, long sleeves, and protective clothing instead of walking barefoot through floodwater. But the escaped snakes are only one part of a much bigger disaster. Typhoon Maysak has already left a deadly trail across China. Torrential rain and powerful winds have killed at least 15 people across Guangxi and Hubei. Tens of thousands of residents have evacuated as floodwaters swallowed roads, homes, schools, farmland, and entire neighborhoods. More than 36,000 emergency relief supplies are now heading into Guangxi as rescue teams race against time. And there is little time to breathe. Weather officials warn that another powerful storm, Typhoon Bavi, now approaches southeastern China. That means saturated ground, overflowing rivers, and fresh waves of heavy rain. For many families in southern China, the danger no longer comes from just one direction. It comes from the sky above, the water below, and now from what the flood has carried with it. With Rishka Radia, Bureau Report, India Today Global.